Today is going to be a great show. I've got so much to go over. Twin Protocol raise is live, and we are going to really focus on what this is, because this is an opportunity that I think will bring us some decent returns. And I say that very, very lightly. I don't think you guys have realized that this is like, okay, when I am looking at crypto projects, okay, what the first thing you need to like address is the community behind the project. If it's a great project, but it has no community, the token is really not going to go anywhere. So if you are launching a token, an incubation token out of the AGIX ecosystem, let me show you this, guys. Let's just put our cards on the table, and I will show you why I'm bullish. Okay. So I'm building a chat here. Okay. This is what I want to show you. Okay. So let's go. Let me just show you this. Coin market cap. So just really quickly for the people that are watching, we're going to talk about Twin Protocol. We're going to talk about some XRP news. We're going to talk about what's going on with CZ. Got 4 months in white collar prison. We're going to talk about some other crypto news. I got a lot of stuff to go over in this chat with you, so just bear with me while I get through what I want to say here. So Singularity Net. Okay, this is already $1 billion ecosystem. Okay, it's coming out of Singularity, but what you have is you have Singularity, Fetch, right? 1.7 billion, right? And then you have Ocean, right? These three companies are coming together to form a super AI company, okay? And the first thing that's going to happen here is they're going to, like, Singularity is going to launch Twin Protocol, okay? Twin Protocol, and this is my cheat sheet. If you don't know, Twin Protocol is revolutionizing digital interaction and engagement with AI and blockchain, creating dynamic digital twins for everybody. I was in the space earlier. I was invited to speak on the space, and I was hanging out, listening to Stacy and Bill talk about the use cases and the partnerships and the people that they're dealing with. The use cases here are endless. Let me repeat this. The use cases here are endless for personal reasons, for companies, for anybody that wants to create a digital twin of themselves to do or help with tasks or anything, right? You never know. In a month from now, you could be talking with my digital twin, right? Obviously, I would miss all of you, so I'd still be here. But there's so much value that can be created here. And you have extremely smart people behind this project. And it's going to be launching as the crypto market starts to pick up again. And we know the AI narrative is a hot one in crypto. So I am committed to this project. I think it's going to do well because I've looked at the tokenomics, I've looked at the team, I've looked at the use case, and I think it all fits the narrative of what people are looking for right now in crypto. Okay? This is an opportunity, right? Hourglass did their raise today, right? Hourglass and Twin Protocol, they raised $150,000. Okay? The cool thing about Cryptonairz and the opportunity you have right now as a Cryptonairz member is you are beating launchpads. You are, for the first time in your life, you are beating launchpads. Obviously, not everybody, right? There's going to be some people that are listening to this that are well connected in crypto that have certain opportunities, but the majority of us don't have the opportunities that are presented right now. Okay? It doesn't get any higher level than getting access to this. People pay, what is it, like 8 to 9 Ethereum to be in the Neo Tokyo Syndicate, right? There's 150 people in there. If you want to join that community, you have to pay, what, 25, 30 grand? You can pay $99 a month and be a Cryptonairz member and get the same access. That's what I'm talking about here. They are getting 6.5 cents. You, my friends and family, are getting at the strategic round at 5 cents. You are beating launchpads for the first time. And that's powerful. That's exciting. And this is just a start, okay? Through the community, through the team, through tirelessly working every single day in crypto, we have been able to build partnerships and relationships with the highest top level people in crypto. And those people, through hours of meetings and conversations and just, being there to talk back and forth, wishing them a good weekend, all of these things lead up to access, opportunity. And that's what I feel is here today. Okay. I am not telling you to buy anything. I am not a financial advisor. All I am doing is sharing my journey through crypto And when I see something that stands out to me, I'm going to scream it from the rooftops. I'm going to let you know. And I think this is an opportunity. At 5 cents, this token was on some weird no-name exchange pre-trading. It went up to 50 cents on the weird pre, and then it came back down to 20 cents. If you only have 46 million tokens at the launch. Now, what I'm paying attention to is this right here, this lockup period. And this is what I want you to focus on too, because you might learn something here. If you can see the seed round, the private round, strategic round, all of this is 3 months lockup period. So what happens during this 3 months is no tokens are issued to anybody. It's like a freeze, okay? Nothing happens. No more tokens are generated into the overall supply. So for 3 months, we're going to have a decent supply of the token, probably less than 50 million. Now, there is one thing that you should pay attention to here. Staking and community rewards. Now, I don't know what the staking qualifications will be. Hold on. Luna, you're going to have to come back, sweetheart. I don't know what the staking requirements are going to be, if there's a lockup period, but everything else, the team tokens is 6 months. Ecosystem development funds is 3 months. Ecosystem partners is 6 months. And then you have the adoption fund of 1 month. Okay. So not many tokens are going to be circulating. You only have a 46 million supply here at launch. If we're able to achieve a $46 million market cap, you are at $1. That is a 20x. If you get to a $25 million market cap, you will be at 50 cents. That's what I'm saying. I think there's an opportunity here. As the token launches, Singularity DAO is already well connected into Binance, just look at all these exchanges: Binance, Bybit, OKX, KuCoin, Gate.io. This means that that Twin Protocol will have these same type of connections, and I do believe they are going to try to go for a Binance listing. Okay, that is not something that I know for a fact. It's just my opinion. All right, so don't take it as the word of God or anything. So, all right, just getting back to this. Any Cryptonairz member can go into Alpha Sensei, right? Alpha Sensei is right here below Ultra Bull OG, and it has a form in there. Just like you would fill out for any of these Hourglass raises, it tells you a little bit about the project, a little bit about the round, and it asks for your Discord handle, because we're going to check to make sure you're actually a paid member, and you're going to be able to send up to $5,000 if you so choose to, okay? Hourglass cuts you off. Look, like if you're not a high person on Hourglass, I mean, your allocation could be this low, right? This is an opportunity. All right. So I've ranted and raved enough. This is a great opportunity, in my opinion. I'm excited. This is where we are. Strategic partner. Here we go. All right. So any questions, please ask in Ultra Bull chat. We're here to help you. The raise is going to end on Friday at midnight my time. I'm going to wake up on Saturday morning. I'm going to get with Lady Trader, Singularity DAO. Singularity DAO is going to issue the tokens. So what will happen is they're going to get a spreadsheet with your email, your wallet address, and how much you committed. Okay? They're going to take that, and eventually what you're going to do is when the token launches, you're going to be able to connect your wallet and get your tokens from Singularity DAO, because there's going to be a daily claim option where, let's say you want to just keep claiming daily. I'll probably claim like weekly just because the gas fees, but for the next 3 months of nothing happening, and then 12 months, you're going to get all of your tokens. So what I think here is most of your tokens will be issued in the bull market. Okay. Some of this stuff will probably be issued in the bear market, but I believe just off the 15% you get back, I will be able to make my money back plus some profit. And then everything else will be cheese on toast. Does that sound right? No, it doesn't sound right. All right, let's keep it going. So Singularity DAO is going to be the one who handles distribution. Great, good to know. Hourglass. The really cool thing that I've noticed that's happening with Hourglass is instead of the any project that launches on Hourglass, they raise a certain amount of funds. Let me tell you how this works. Projects go to Hourglass and say, hey, it charges them 5 to 10% to do the raise. Okay, so they raise 100 grand, they'll get 5 to 10 grand. What they're doing is they're taking that money and they're burning the token. So far they've burned 2.5 million of this supply right here. Okay, 100 million. What's nice is after about a year worth of launches, we'll probably have burned through maybe, a good portion of the supply. They've already burned through 2.5% of the supply, and it's only been going on for a few weeks. So I do think over time that the price is going to rise on this as the market heats up and as they keep burning tokens. I like the idea of burning tokens. All right. So new opportunities that have come to my door. this is through Neo Tokyo. All right. One of the projects is Medicine Game, and this is the next gen blockchain MMORPG. Okay. And so let me just show you this. Hold on, am I sharing my screen? I am sharing my screen. Okay, I thought I wasn't sharing my screen. Damn. All right, let's keep it going. This reminds me of like Final Fantasy, you know? Oh, Mega Boss. All right. So this is a seed round. We're going to put out a poll on this to see if you guys are interested. How these raises work if you're new to the community. What happens is I basically get an influx of opportunity. And what we do is I'm going to show these opportunities here live on chats. You guys are going to tell me what interests you the most. We're going to put out a vote. For these opportunities, we have to raise something like $50,000 as a collective, right? Because if we're raising like $3,000 or $5,000, these projects are not going to deal with us, right? They're really looking for like 50 to 100 grand worth of commitment. And so what we need to do is we need to, as a community, we need to decide, hey, this project looks really cool. Let's go ahead and try to get into this one. Okay. And so what happens in the background, what you're not seeing here, is I get connected with the team. So recently you guys, were interested in Neurochain AI, right? So let me just bring this up real quick. So recently you guys, the biggest interest was in Neurochain. If I can spell right, I can't spell right. Is it N-U-E-R-O? Neurochain? All right, cool. I can't spell. Anyways, Neurochain was the project that you guys were most interested in. That is, I'm talking to the team right now. So what happens is the interest goes, I talk to the team, and then we figure out what is the way to do this raise. So usually what happens, they give us a Google form, they give us a wallet address, and that's what we've been doing. So this is one of the projects that was brought to me. Let me show you another project, Vechain. Our APIs allow any developer to build easy Web3 apps. So this one, smaller community, right? Obviously, and they have some, big news. The day has come to share with you one of the most important projects that we will undertake in the token launch of Vechain Labs. And then they have the whole description here of what's going on here. Vechain, we have an experienced team in Web3, various skills, developers, marketing, business. Therefore, we have created the Vechain Labs initiative through which we will bootstrap the Vechain ecosystem by creating D-apps both on the Vechain team itself and collaboration with developers and partners. And this is what they plan on doing. Decentralized exchange, lending and borrowing, liquid staking, which is a very hot thing right now, perpetual exchange derivatives, really good, yield-bearing stablecoins. So this actually might be something interesting too. So we're going to put out, what we'll do is we'll put out the same voting thing where you guys can vote on what project you're most interested in. There's this one. There's also Counterfire, delivering an intense face-based MOBA gaming experience on your phone fueled by blockchain assets. So this could be interesting too. Let me see here if let me go to this website here. So they have some social quests. We are not connecting to anything. And then so they have some, it's just, this looks like you're kind of average game. Gaming right now is kind of hit or miss, right? When you have one particular game, if the game doesn't do well, it's kind of dead on arrival. So I really like ecosystems that develop a lot of games. It does look like you can do social quests here for airdrops, but this was also one of the opportunities. And I'm going to post all of these links in my thread. What I would like you to do as a community member is go through this, do your own due diligence, and then vote on what you think is best. There's also a few other projects that I need to get some clarification on the list, like Caribus is one. I couldn't find it on Twitter, but I've asked for some more information. Really quickly, also, guys, if you want to create your own digital twin with Twin Protocol, you can actually join the wait list right here and do that. So I'm just going to post this here in the Cryptonairz team, If you are in the Discord, you actually get the links, and it's a little bit easier for me. It's hard for me to do both on YouTube and the Discord, and my community, of course, here is my one true love. I also love everyone on YouTube, but I just need to make it easier for my life. All right, BlackRock hosts Bitcoin investing conference. Okay, let's take a second here. The biggest asset manager in the world is hosting Bitcoin conferences. Let that sink in for a second. Sure, the price of Bitcoin right now, it sucks. The market is down. We know that usually during this time of the year, it's a tougher time, okay? We had some really great runs, but it's going to come back, right? May historically has been a bad month for Bitcoin, right? Out of the last 11 years, 6 out of the 11 have been down years. But we have all of these different players now talking about cryptocurrency. And that's a huge deal, because if we want to get 1 billion or 2 billion people in the crypto market, it starts with the biggest asset managers communicating to their people that are investing their money, their millions, if billions of dollars, communicating to them that, hey, the market is safe, the market is open, it's on. All right, check us out. There you go. You got to love it, right? You got to love it when BlackRock is out there cheerleading for us. Okay, let's see what else is on the agenda here. That was a blank. Okay, so right now you have the opening ceremony for Hong Kong spot ETF. Now let me just, okay, so right now we've seen an ETF launched in the US. We've seen now an ETF launched in Hong Kong. Let's understand where this is going, right? Because a lot of people focus on today and right now. What you need to do is you need to zoom out and ask a question of where are we going to be 6 months, 12 months, right? 5 years from now in the crypto space. If you are holding an asset that actually has real value, that you think is going to be adopted by institutions and banks, that asset, for the first time in your life, in anybody's life, are you able to own an asset that central banks want to use? Let me repeat that. For the first time in your life, you are going to be able to use or own an asset that central banks are going to use, right? Obviously, they use dollars and all that jazz, but the technology is what I'm getting at here, okay? Your XRPs, your Quants, your XDCs, right? Your XLMs. Velo is starting to make a rise to fame here, right? There's a lot of things that actually are going to be around 5 to 10 years from now. And those are the types of assets that can change your situation, that can change your life, right? We all have things that we wake up and dread doing, right? Whether it's dealing with some certain people or going to work and dealing with the people at work, we all have things in our lives that we wish we could change. Money doesn't solve everything, but it'll solve a lot of the problems that you have, right? And how do we get to a place where we have more money, right? We need to take it upon ourselves to make change in our lives today, right? You don't get from where you are today starting out in crypto to maybe where I am or a lady trader or any of these people that have been grinding for years, right? You need to take those steps. You need to learn. You need to grow. You need to ask questions, right? Asking questions is a great part about how you can become better at everything that you're doing. And I feel that inside of Cryptonairz, we've built a very safe space for people to grow and to learn alongside each other. There is no negativity in our community. There is no people dogging on other people for asking stupid questions. There is no stupid question that can be, any question that you ask is a great question, because that means you are learning when you get the answer. So feel free to speak up, to say, I need help, because there's a lot of great people in our community that will help you. Okay, check us out. Let me play this.
Time highs last month over 73,000 US dollars. Now you can see that the Bitcoin ETFs, there's about 14 ETFs that have hit the market today from 3 different issuers. Those issuers are China Asset Management Company, Harvest Global Investment, and Hashkey Exchange. You can see the countdown has started.
Oh shit. Oh, I love the gongs. The gongs are a great part.
A very big listing ceremony here today, and you can see the hitting of the gongs. We got 3 of the issuers on stage to mark this momentous occasion, as Hong Kong becomes the first in Asia to offer retail investors a chance to trade cryptocurrency ETFs
there you go.
at spot prices. Previously, back in 2022, we had future Bitcoin and Ether ETFs traded in the Hong Kong market since then. So this comes 3 months after the U.S. launched similar ETFs. We've got, of course, 3 issuers here, different to the likes of BlackRock and Fidelity. I got a chance to speak to one of the issuers, Harvest Global Investment CEO Tong Li Han, and I asked him whether or not he was concerned that some of the issuers in Hong Kong were not as well known as those in the U.S. This is what he had to say.
All right. Anyways. All right, when you have Hong Kong doing this, imagine next, like you have UK, you have India, Australia, right? All of these bigger markets are going to go the same route as what you're seeing right in front of me, okay? And that's exciting because it's going to bring more value and more money into the crypto market, right? There's been some back and forth in the US about an Ethereum ETF, and I can tell you for a fact that if there's an open investigation into Ethereum, right, consensus, whatever, they're not going to approve. When I say they, the SEC is not going to approve an ETF, okay? It seems like consensus, they're countersuing, MetaMask is countersuing the SEC, but at the end of the day, they're looking at Ethereum hard right now. And if they actually are paying attention to all of the stuff that people have been posting on Twitter, I can tell you that Ethereum is not going to have a good day. Now, this is good and bad, right? It's good at the same respect as, Joseph Lubin and Vitalik Buterin. For years, they talk shit about, Brad Garlinghouse, about Ripple, about XRP. They basically did all of these. It's the thing like where somebody's pointing out, that you're doing something wrong, but they're the ones doing the wrong thing, but they're trying to move attention off themselves. That exact thing is happening. Now, is it bad for Ethereum if Ethereum is a security? Yes. Yes, it is incredibly terrible if Ethereum is a security in the U.S. That would really hurt the crypto market, right? So part of me wants to see this go away, but part of me wants to see those guys suffer a bit. So, you got to take the good and the bad with me. All right, so just in Hong Kong's Bitcoin ETF by China AMC took in 121 million asset in one day of trading, right? This will get into the billions soon, guys, right? And it's just adding more volume into the ecosystem. Binance founder sentenced to 4 months for money laundering. CZ is going to the pokey. Check us out. He pleaded guilty, stepped down as the CEO. So, here's a fun tip. He stepped down as the CEO, but I think in like 3 years he can go back to being the CEO, right? So he's like, he brought a friend in and said, hey, you can run my company for 3 years, and then after 3 years, I'm gonna want it back. That's what CZ is gonna do here. So Xiao Jinping, or CZ, the former head of the world's largest cryptocurrency trading company, was sentenced to 4 months in jail on Tuesday in Seattle courtroom. Zhao pleaded guilty last year to money laundering violations and stepped down as CEO of Binance. The company itself fined $4.3 billion, and Z was fined $50 million. Drop in the bucket, right? He's like, hey, I got this. I'll pay it. Judge Richard Jones told Zhao that there were a number of mitigating factors in his sentencing, including that he had cooperated with law enforcement. So let's just be clear here, right? When CZ and Binance cooperate with the U.S. government has everything that Binance has, right? Everything. Transactions, who's using it, what your IP address is. They track all that stuff, my friends, okay? Get a VPN. Be smart about this. So check us out. Really quickly, here's a tip, all right? I know when some of you guys go onto like some centralized exchange and you're not supposed to be there because, there's no US or whatever country you're in, maybe they don't allow that. You're using a VPN to get around it. When you send money from a MetaMask to an exchange that you're KYC'd on, right? And vice versa, they can track your back to your MetaMask, right? The government's really not stupid. So anyways, long story short, Zhao is going to spend 4 months in a very, very white collar place. And, he'll come back and he'll make a ton of money, right? This guy he's built the biggest exchange in the world, and Binance will live and carry on no matter what anybody does. And even a $4 billion settlement is not stopping them. So as far as top cryptocurrency decentralized exchanges, right? If you want to use a DEX, I highly recommend you using trading bots, right, to do your trading, especially if you're trying to get in early on some situations. I share basically all the bots that I'm using. There's like a Ton bot, there's a Solana bot, there's an Ethereum bot. I've shared all this stuff inside of Cryptonairz. You guys kind of have this stuff already, but here's the top decentralized exchanges if you guys wanted to start using some of these DEXs to trade cryptocurrency. You notice how like Trader Joe's is on here, and there's a few other things that maybe you use that are not on here. It's interesting to see Uniswap all the way back here, right? Uniswap V3, Arbitrum, Ethereum still V2 is still in second place, but Sin Futures V3 is the top DEX trading. I've never even heard of Sin Futures. So let me go ahead and post this, guys. Money talks, yeah, money does talk, girl. I heard you. All right, so foreshadowing 4 months. Oh, I love this, dude. I love this. When I saw this earlier, I was like, he put this out in May 2nd, 2023 he's got 4 months. That is pretty interesting. All right. The effort to pin stablecoin legislation to a must-pass reauthorization of the FAA looks unlikely, according to an aide who has congressional leadership intends to stick to a clean bill without unrelated amendments. Basically, what's happening here is they want a clean stablecoin bill that's not attached to other things, right? So what happens in the government in the United States, and probably where you live too, is there's a bill and they throw a bunch of other stuff in the bill that kind of hides into it. You really need to read all the hundreds of pages that a bill is to know what's actually in it. But that's what they're talking about here. So I do think that you will see some type of stablecoin legislation in the U.S. in 2024. I know that's kind of a hard stretch. We still have 7 months left in the year, but I do think it's coming, right? Because they're looking at the UK, they're looking at Hong Kong, they're looking at Japan and all these other countries that are really adopting, and the US is not going to be far behind from all this, right? They've done all of the testing. Let's be honest, it's just the Congress needs to kind of get their shit together. Okay, so really quickly, I personally like following Cryptonairz because, I always talk to the guy who, runs Cryptonairz, really cool guy. But anyways, there's this token. All right. So real quick, some backstory here. VaporDex used to be Vapor Nodes. If you remember back in 2021, this thing did a 10,000x. So members in the community were able to put like $20 in and turn it into like $10,000. It was pretty cool. It was pretty wild. If you weren't here in 2021, you missed probably the most wild time that I've ever experienced in crypto. It was insane. But VaporDex has built out something called the Token Factory. Okay, let me play this for you. Okay, anyways, they've created this token factory, okay? The first token is this always token, okay? And, I don't know where this is going. This is total Degen area. Understand, like, this is not something I'm recommending, but I bought this token because I bought a little bit at 10,000. I bought a little bit more. Like, this is me buying a little bit more, and this is me buying a little bit more. I personally think this thing could go to a few 100,000 at least. Maybe even better than that. We're going to see. There's only a few hundred holders, right? So just understand this is total Degen. Could go to zero tomorrow. I don't know. But this is the first token for Vapor's token factory. And so what I think is going to happen here is Vapor will be talking a lot about always or posting about it. And so I bought some. You know, I some of my bags in crypto is Degen. I lose, I win, I lose, I win. It's Degen. Okay. Let me just post this for you if you're interested in a Degen play. Whatever. All right. And Clown says, how much money do they pay you to lie? I'm interested to see what they were talking about, right? Just real clearly, nobody pays me to talk about anything right now, all right? Anyways, let's see. Linton Worm, only 20% of alts will bring 100x. Choosing the wrong alt tokens will get you wrecked. Here is my top 8 picks for this cycle. Let's see. I'm interested to know. So in the past cycle, select altcoin almost randomly, invest in them, reap significant profits during the peak of the bull run. Nearly everything was on the rise. However, times have changed. Now you must be really cautious when choosing where to invest your money and in which token and narratives and in the market timing, right? Everything goes through certain timing. Okay, so Ondu Finance. I can't remember who was the person that brought Ondu to our community first. Like, I remember there's someone who like asked me to bring it up, right? Whoever that was in the community, good job. So Ondu Finance was their top pick here. They have some pretty big connections. Let me just show you this real quick. Ondo. Let's go up their website. Is it BlackRock? I know they have a big connection. So they have Bank of America. Okay, Bloomberg. Who cares? Wall Street Journal. Who cares? U.S. Federal Reserve System. That's a big deal. BlackRock. Yeah. Okay. So it was BlackRock. This is something that is probably going to do stupid numbers. Okay. Ondo still right now is about $1 billion market cap. If you look at the entire crypto market, guys, this thing could probably do some serious numbers, right? You know, right now sitting at about 75 cents. This thing had a nice rise from 8 cents to 75 cents. This thing has done a 10x already, right? Understand, with $1 billion market cap like this, maybe this is good for a 5 to 10x. If it goes higher than that, great. I don't know about 100x, but I think over time, I think maybe what this person is talking about. Anyways, Ondo is their first pick. Their second pick is Mubi, multi-bit bridge. Price is about 13 cents. Market cap about 122 million. Great choice for BTC, so Bitcoin Fi narratives. All tokens are on the market, and capitalization is relatively modest. So if you believe in Bitcoin and the crypto market, and it's going to go up, really up over time, trillions of dollars, this is something that you might be looking into in the Bitcoin ecosystem. They like Pepe long term. You know, I am not buying Pepe right now. I know Pepe is probably going to still do some decent numbers, but this is like 3.1 billion. I mean, even if this thing did some like, you know, Doge level went to like 30 billion, it's a 10x, you know, 60 billion to 20x. It's just not something I'm interested in. EtherFi, you got a price of 467, market cap is 538 million. Liquid staking on Ethereum. So guys, liquid staking, very popular, right? And it's just going to get more popular as more people come into the crypto market. You also have PAL. Price is about 40 cents. Market cap is 260 million. PAL is AI-powered chatbot ecosystem in the crypto market that allows users to develop custom chatbots for platforms like Discord and Telegram. That is pretty cool. You have NGL, Entanglefi. Price is $1. Market cap is 123 million. Entanglefi is the first fully customizable, interoperable data infrastructure built for Web3 and institutions. The project provides builders and DApps universal data pathways, full configurability, and in executing. So that's also pretty interesting. You have IXS, IXSwap. IXSwap was the first DeFi platform to enable trading security tokens through licensed custodians, security brokers, offering true ownership rights. JV, this is not the same thing that we put out a while ago, was it? No, this can't be the same one. But anyways, that's something that's pretty cool. You have Prime, Echelon Prime. This is at $18, 608 million market cap. Echelon is a gaming ecosystem that an organization that helps game developer studios or projects integrate blockchain features and token incentives into games. Guys, like this is something that is going to be multi-billion, right? This is something that I could see going to like a $50 billion market cap or something insane. When you are helping the Web 2 get into Web 3, that's a big use case, right? We talk about what is the use case when you're getting into any crypto project, right? What is the use case and how big is the audience, right? Those are two standard questions you need to be asking yourself. And we were talking about video games. video games is more popular than like the NFL and I don't know, like wrestling. What was it? NFL and something else combined, right? Like it doesn't get bigger than gaming. Billions of players worldwide, billions and billions and billions of profit. So I really like Echelon Prime long. Okay. And here, I'll post this thread. This is a great thread. When I find really cool stuff, I like to share it with y'all. No, it's not IX, right? What is liquid staking? I'll give you the exact definition, man. Let me give you the exact definition because I don't want to say the wrong thing and have people freaking, what's it called? Liquid staking refers to obtaining a tradable asset in exchange for staking a cryptocurrency in proof of stake blockchain, right? Let me get you a full thing on liquid staking so you can read up on it. Ondo. Was it you, Jono, that posted Ondo? I don't think so. I think it was somebody else. I'm trying to remember who in the audience did. It was somebody else that posted it like months ago. All right, let's keep going because there are a few other things we want to talk about here. All right, so we'll skip around this. All right, Velo. We've been talking about Velo for a while, okay? And I've been doing more updates on Velo because I know new people are coming in, and Velo is one of those projects that I think can do extremely, extremely well, right? They are positioning themselves to do some serious numbers here. The only thing that I don't love is the supply. And I know that they've burned what was the number? Was it 20% of the supply? They burned a chunk of the supply. And I think that's what you're seeing the difference between max supply and now total supply is they burned a nice chunk of it. And I would love for them to burn more of these tokens. But anyways, you're sitting at $141 million market cap. I believe this is going to go into the billions, okay? Now, are we ever going to get to our all-time highs here of like 90 cents? Or like this is, you can't even use this, right? Because this is like when it launched and there's a lot more tokens in issue now. But can we get to a price even close to this? I think 25 cents, 50 cents, I would be extremely happy with those numbers, right? But there are people out there in the world that believe that Velo is going to go to like $1 or even higher. And I don't know if that's possible, right? But I would be really thankful if it did, right? I don't really like to go on the whole super crazy hype train because, I just don't know where things are going to land. And this is also a project from the last bull market. Now, talking about projects from bull market to bull market is what you're having is when something launches and like 2 years or 2.5 years go by, the community gets less interested because nothing has happened. You see this part right here from the beginning of 2022. So this is 2 years and 3 months of nothing happening, right? And just recently, this thing has started to wake up, okay? And we actually got into this thing at 0.002. So we're already up a 10x from when we first started talking about Velo, right? So where we go from here, I think, 10 cents, even 20 cents is very reasonable in this bull market. And that would really push up my bank account by a few $100,000. Full transparency, I own about 2 million Velo. Okay, so right now it's worth about 40 grand. If we're able to even get to a 50 cent level, it'll be $1 million. I would be very happy making $1 million on one crypto project. So this is something that I am very long on. Okay, so check this out. Two scenarios. I love multiple options here. Price continues to consolidate in the range between 0.175 and 0.23 to gain enough volume for a breakout of this channel and continue to the next leg up. Price retrace lower to retest the breakout zone of 0.15 or 0.16 or a little lower to fill all buy orders. But no one knows for sure which scenario will happen. Why? Any new exchange listing announcement will pump the price for a breakout. New partnership announcement will pump the price for a breakout. Orbit launch will absolutely pump the price for a breakout. More engagement on X, more attention from new investors, increased trading volume, so finally price might be able to break resistance above 0.023 and absorb all the selling pressure. Your options: wait to buy in case the price dips at 0.15 or 0.16 or lower. Buy and wait for a possible breakout. If you do your own research on the project, you could read if you do your own research on the project or you could read a chart, you might see the potential of this project and you will know that 2 cents Velo is not the final price for Velo, right? I think there's a lot of opportunity here, my friends. Okay. So do with what you will. I thought it was a great little tweet thread. So we didn't get the guy Cloud Mondi to reply. That's unfortunate. I'm all in on ISO 20022, but what are your thoughts on Fetch AI to become an ASI with 2 other AI tokens? So we were actually talking about this a little bit earlier in the chat, Margin. Sorry, I can't see your name. I'm staring at my other laptop from a little bit further away here, but you know, I think there's going to be a lot of hype. You know, I don't really know what the token price is going to do. I'm not going to be buying the token. I'm really, my trading style, guys, just to be fully transparent with you, I like the long shots, right? Sometimes I lose, but when 1 or 2 of those long shots work out, it's extremely good for me. Okay. So I like to get into things very early. I like to sit and wait and hold those things for a few months and try to make some gains, right? I am not your JP, your Kike, your average day trader getting in and out, trying to make a penny here, trying to make a penny there. I don't have time for it. So I really like to buy things that I think are going to go up in value over time. I hold on to those. And, you know, sometimes you come back and you're like, hey man, cool. I bought that 4 months ago. It went up a lot. Great. That's my strategy. And if you have a different strategy, go with what you think is best for yourself. So daily trading volume is still ranging between 40 and 50 million. We are talking about Velo. While the whole market cap looks pretty bad for some coins and it makes a new low, can't wait for a full bull run price on Velo. All right. So it's going to be interesting, guys. Like, I do think we're going to be talking about Velo in like 6 months and we're going to be like, damn, that went up a lot. Just started following this legend and came upon this link showing how Velo is retraced to Binance. Either Binance is involved directly with Velo or it has something big to do with Orbit, which leads back to my number one conviction. Velo is God of alts. Okay. So a lot of people believe that a Binance listing for Velo is coming. Now, a Binance listing for Velo, a Binance listing for any project is going to pump the token. It's going to create more volume in the token. More people have access to the token. So it's always a good thing. Here are what appear to be Velo stablecoin anchors into the XLM network. As you can see, this account has issued a number of anchors to the USD, SGD, Singapore dollar, the euro, the Swiss franc, the Thai baht, and the USDT. So maybe, you know, Orbit has some serious, I mean, can you imagine starting to get some of this value into the Orbit ecosystem? It's going to be crazy, right? Stablecoins. Even that 7-Eleven news was kind of pretty cool that we went over last week in Sensei Chat. Amelie or Crypto Barbie put this out. Philippines gets first Moja Loop enabled inclusive instant payment system. Ripple already partnered with Moja Loop Foundation to expand interoperability of global payment services and providers. So there's a whole article here, all that jazz. Here's the article, my friends. We'll read a little bit here. I don't want to put you all to sleep. Tolino Venture Studios, an award-winning global venture studios for sustainable innovation, and Comox International, a leading sustainable development firm, have launched the seed-funded Hilgia, the prior startup inclusive instant payment system, or IIPS, into the Philippines. As an IIPS, Higila will serve as a financial superhighway that will connect thrift banks, rural banks, and microfinance institutions that are currently excluded from payment networks because of high switching and on-ramp costs. Despite the presence of 400 rural banks in the Philippines, currently only a mere 18 are a part of InstaPay, depriving many Filipinos of benefits of modern banking and technologies. Now, when you look at these type of banks, guys, like these are the type of banks that, you know, Ripple wants to go in and partner with, right? Because imagine some of these rural banks, right? Imagine how much fees they have to pay just to kind of be a part of the bigger banking ecosystem, how much money they pay the big guys to move value for them. And if they can do it through crypto and just totally avoid the middleman, how much money will the bank save? And if the bank can save a lot of money, that's going to go back into the banks and the customers. They're going to be able to loan more money. They're going to be able to help more businesses. They're going to be able to help more people get homes, right? This is all has a drop-down effect to help out the population, right? And this is just pretty exciting news. There's a few other things I want to talk to you about before I take some questions. So Rand from Crypto Banter, I guess, has big plans for Toker Carlson. This is the token right here. Toker. I don't know which one it is, but this is kind of been on the downtrend a little bit. But, you know, it does look like, let me just go to the 1 minute chart here. I was trying to pull up Deck Screener, but I don't know why Deck Screener wasn't pulling up this chart. Let me see if I can refresh this. Super helpful, super helpful. So it looks like it has been gaining some ground on the 1 minute chart. But I do know what I heard is they are going to do some kind of raises for if like projects want to come in and work with them through this thing. They're going to take all that money to buy back and burn the token. So if you're talking about Degen projects that have maybe a possible bigger use case here, this could be one of the projects. Okay, so definitely want to take some time to learn about this. If this is something that you're interested in, here's the token. It's built on Solana. And I think that here, let me just, they put out these weird things, right? That's what Rand really likes. Let me just show you this. They put out these weird, let me just play this. It's got a beat.
Konnichiwa and gweppo shite kudasai. Kore wa kontun to suru kamoshiremasen. Which pretty much means strap in, folks, cause shit's about to get real. Yes, I am, of course, referring to the world's premier shitcoin, the Japanese yen, which last week hit a 34-year low against the dollar, triggering widespread concern about a potential contagion. So what the hell is going on, and why does it matter? To shed some light on this issue, I'm thrilled to welcome a leading macro thinker and the Real Vision CEO, joining us all the way from the sunny Cayman Islands, Ru Paul. Ru, thanks so much for joining us.
Happy to be here, Tuka.
Can you give us a brief overview of what's happening in Japan and the implications for global markets?
The first thing you need to understand, Tuka, is that Japan has effectively been performing an economic kind of harakiri for years, sacrificing the strength of its currency for the sake of its export-driven economy and global financial stability. So we've seen these aggressive monetary easing policies such as quantitative easing, as well as low or negative interest rates, which have underpinned the roughly $4.6 trillion global carry trade on the Japanese yen.
And what exactly is the carry trade?
Well, it's effectively borrowing yen at low interest rates and then investing in higher yielding assets in different currencies. And as I said, there's trillions of dollars involved. So any major unwinding could spell one of the fastest financial fuck-ups in all of recorded history. The question now is the degree of a BOJ intervention and the effects on the bond markets. You know, I was out wine tasting last night in Little Cayman, and I got speaking to a senior guy at one of the largest investment banks in the world.
Holy shit, is that BitBoy?
No, of course not. This was someone who spent a decade on the yen desk at Citibank, and...
No, I mean, literally behind you, I'm pretty sure that's BitBoy. Well, that was an unexpected twist, folks. And I apologize to everyone for that deeply disturbing image. I guess we'll be back later.
All right, anyways, they put out these funny videos, man. And I like, this is something that I think will catch on. I think this is going to do really well in the bull market, guys. So like, I'm just trying to point you to things that mentally I think are standing out right now in the crypto space, and what they're doing right now with these memes and these videos is something that's standing out in the crypto space, and bigger people are noticing it. So do with what you will. Obviously, meme coins are always a very long and stressful situation. That if you hold, if you buy something and hold it for a long period of time, it goes up dramatically. It could go down dramatically. It's really like playing the lottery, guys. And so if you're gonna play the lottery, try to find something with the best numbers, right? And so they've just, it's constant how much these videos they're putting out. And so I think this is something that could take off. So up to you guys what you want to do with your time. It's your money. But I'm just pointing out things that I think have some value. All right. So Angel Pay. Can anyone say this guy's last name? Steingraber? I can never get it right. Ripple payments partner in Africa connected to multiple fast payments platform. Mobile digital wallets, QR codes, right? Future of banking. Free mobile money deposits, bank deposits, and cash pickup. Man, it's getting better, right? And then you have your Middle East connections. Ripple is connected to everything. It's connected to everything. Like if there's one asset in crypto that I had to like buy and not sell for like 10 years, it would have to be XRP. I just have so much love for it. Ripple's done so much groundwork, and they have so much going on. So, anyways, if you watch my channel, you know my thoughts are on XRP. But this is connected to 40 countries, right? Ripple really is connected to 90 to 95% of the entire FX market. Once they actually start using crypto to move trillions of dollars a day, that's where we can see real value in these type of assets. But good news. Love it. Let's keep it going. Also, guys, Quant is one of those projects that is a long-term hold, right? Right now, I think Quant. Last time we looked, Quant was hovering around $100. Let's see if it's done anything. I know people were kind of FOMOing on the recent news. $99. See, right? The news comes out, people FOMO, and then it dumps, right? So Quant is something you hold over a longer period of time. This was at $109. It's on sale right now, $99. If you buy Quant, don't expect a quick and fast return. This is definitely something that's going to take time. We'll just see how it goes. But here, let me just read some of this jazz to you. So Quant CEO Gilbert Verdian has been listed as the lead panelist alongside some financial giants. The topic, a unified programmable platform. Fellow speakers, the orchestrator of all central banks, the BIS, the issue of the world's first digital bond, SDX, manager of a $900 billion in financial assets, NatWest, and then more to be continued, right? So that's a big deal, right? And there's a lot of big names here, right? Citibank, of course, Barclays. You got R3, you have SDX here, UK Finance, Swift. I mean, it doesn't get bigger than this list. So it's going to be some great clips from this. I will play them on my channel for you. Reem Finance, the UAE is partnering with Visa in creating cards with digital wallets. BRICS, UAE, Visa, Nuim, and Ripple. Good to see. This says Reem Finance, a financial services provider in the United Arab Emirates, the UAE, is partnered with Visa to expand its offering of digital payment solutions. With new strategic partnerships agreements signed by two companies, Reem Finance will introduce contactless-enabled Visa cards and digital wallets. The company said in a statement on Monday, the April 29th. So this was yesterday. We are committed to enhancing Reem Finance's status in the financial sector by continuously delivering substantial value to shareholders while ultimately satisfying customer needs, Reem Finance CEO said. Visa and Nuim, right? Visa has a lot of different connections into Ripple. There's also continuing realization of digital assets across financial ecosystem. Major partners are attending this event, including Ripple. You got Moody's here, Zoinex, Zoni QX, which is a Ripple partner. I don't know Metacomp, but anyways, Chainlink. Chainlink is also one of those assets that is going to be here for a very long time. So buying and holding Chainlink is not a terrible idea. Of course, never financial advice. Last week, the Deutsche Bundesbank, I like saying that, Bundes, unveiled a result of a comprehensive digital euro survey that explored how households might react to the introduction of central bank digital currency, CBDC. And let me just zoom in here in case you don't need your glasses. In the case of bank runs, of those who would adopt a zero-interest CBDC, 84% will withdraw money to a digital euro in a crisis. Even among those who would not use a CBDC during normal times, a third would use it during a banking stress. So what does this tell you guys? What is this? Does anyone know what this is telling us? If you read between the lines here, they're saying we need to create a banking crisis to push everybody into a CBDC. That's what I read here. I don't know if anybody got the same context that I did, but that's what I'm reading here, right? Make no mistake, there are going to be major black swan events ahead. The thing about black swan events, we never know what's going to happen, and when they happen, shit usually hits the fan with the economy. So, it's never going to always run good. We are going to run into some issues, and they're going to use one of these issues to push everybody into a CBDC. Now, there's going to be a large part of the population that won't use a CBDC, but they will put out the fishing line, they will put out that bait, and they will reel you in. They will offer you money. And let me tell you, there's a large part of the population that says, I'll never adopt it, I'll never do this. But if they start offering you $500 or $1,000 a month, you're going to be like, where do I need to line up and sign to get this, right? People change their minds when money is offered to them, right? So I think that's what they're going to do with this. Time will still tell how they're going to roll CBDCs out, but I definitely think that's how they're going to get them. We had a great chat, I think it was Friday, where I brought to you Tokenomics' top picks. Like, they think a lot of these projects are going to, 20x base to 200x possibly if the bull run is super crazy. And Space Mesh was one of the projects that kind of stood out. So I wanted to bring this right back up to you guys. $104 million market cap, layer one cryptocurrency mining narrative, raised $18.5 million in 2 rounds of financing. So what is Space Mesh? Space Mesh is a layer one proof of space-time mechanism That's pretty dope. I've never heard of a proof of space-time. It's a blockchain designed for fair, decentralized cryptocurrency distribution, utilizing POST, or we call it POST, in order to minimize energy consumption. The token utility, a total of 150 million coins, will be stored in vaults for many years and issued gradually. At the start, there will be no coins in circulation that did not come from the meshers. The Space Mesh coin will be available after mainnet launch. No centralization issue. Space Mesh's POET, or POET, is a no-cost open source reference implementation that can be run by various parties without restrictions. For the mainnet platform launch, POET serves as a configured to request a tiny transaction fee for smeshers to who would be the service to unlock the alpha and the research behind it. Join Tokenomics. Now, I really like Tokenomics, guys. Like, I should use them more than I do. I get so busy with meetings and all this jazz. It's kind of, I need my digital twin. But if you're looking for a good source of information, definitely. There's a link down in the description of my YouTube if you want to use it. Totally up to you. You don't have to. Not going to break your leg. If you want to support the channel, that's cool. If you don't, oh, good. But Tokenomics is really cool. I think they still have the free account. They had a free account for a long time. Can I create an account? Let me see this real quick. They had a free option. Yeah, see, they still do. So you can get a basic account for free right now. Usually they charge you $200 a year. And then they have the advanced version, which is $33 a month or $1,000. No, actually, it's reduced. This was $1,000. Now it's $399. 2 months free. They really want to push you into this, don't they? And then they have a premium version, which is $2 a year. And you get more. You get really exclusive access. Like if you want to pay for exclusive access, you could pay them $2,000 a year to do it. All right. We have a few more things I want to get to, my peeps. Space Mesh, and here we go. All right, this is kind of cool. I'm actually going to make a video about this. So if you're watching this now, you actually can save some time. So here's Ripple's VP of Strategic Initiatives, Emi Yoshikawa. Emi Wang, or MEWNG, presenting the Web3 Festival hosted by Hashkey Group and Wangxing Blockchain Labs. Hong Kong, April 7, 2024. On the panel, Emi dropped the news about a collab between Ripple, SBI, Asia, and Hashkey Group. She also spoke about the narrative around Web3 infrastructure and how developers can benefit from the XRPL, as well as discussing the Internet of Value in 3 components. The ability to tokenize anything of value. Once the real world asset has been tokenized, it needs to be moved efficiently. The token should be able to be exchanged anywhere. Let me play this. It's a great clip. We're going to listen to the whole thing.
But we are much more than that. We are also active in digital asset custody space and also tokenization. Actually, just a few days ago, we announced our plan to issue USD stablecoin. So we are very excited about that. That's going to happen later this year. And then also, in the context of real-world asset tokenization, we participated in HKMA's EHKD pilot program, where we tokenized real estate assets and use that as a collateral for home equity loan. So very excited to demonstrate the power of the blockchain in that use case. So that's one part of our company. And the other part of our company is really focused on building and expanding the ecosystem for XRP Ledger. XRP Ledger is a L1 decentralized blockchain that has been around for more than 10 years. And it's used by many different organizations, including Ripple. We use that ledger for cross-border payments use case. And then also, we are really excited to partner with Hashkey to help integrate XRP Ledger into their enterprise solutions, including supply chain finance use cases and so on, and bring that to Japan with collaboration with SBI Holdings. So yeah, very excited to discuss more about XRP Ledger today. Yeah, so at Ripple, we believe the ultimate goal of Web3 is to really build a more equitable and more inclusive, decentralized economy where the resources are more optimally allocated and also stakeholder interests are better aligned. And in order to enable that, what's really critical as the foundation is really the Internet of Value. And that's really our founding vision at Ripple that we continue to believe in until today. And basically, Internet of Value is a world where the value moves just like information does today. And more specifically, there are three key components to it. First is the ability to tokenize anything of value in a hyper-efficient manner at a very low cost and also in a very, very secure way. And then the second is to, once it's tokenized, to move those tokens anywhere within the chain, but then also across the chain. So the interoperability here plays a very, very important role. And then the third is to exchange those tokens at anywhere, and then also even like including the long tail assets as well at a very minimum cost. So those three things are super, super like fundamental. So with the XRP ledger, we are actually addressing those core primitives at the protocol layer rather than like at the smart contract layer. So if you want to tokenize, say like a smart stablecoin or NFT, you don't have to actually write a smart contract and deploy it, but rather you can just use the protocol native capabilities by calling APIs and also using the standard languages and so on. So yeah, with the XRP ledger, it's really focused on those like doing those three key components really, really well as a key infrastructure for Web3. Today, in the world, there are about 29 million developers in the world across many different domains. What percentage of that do you think is actually actively developing Web3 applications or in Web3? Anyone want to guess?
Very few.
Very few. Yes, few. It's according to the latest developer report by Electric Capital. It's only less than 0.1%. Like it's monthly active developers is only like 20,000 or so. So it's very, very small part of the bigger kind of developer ecosystem. So our question should be not about like how to bring developers from another chain to my chain, and then why our chain is better than the other chain, but it's more about like, how can we bring the next million people into Web3 and how we can like minimize and the friction for Web 1 or Web 2 developers to come into Web 3. And one of the solutions we are kind of working on through XRP Ledger is to basically our chain is no smart contract model, so the developers don't need to learn a new language to build something. It's all core functionalities are all embedded at the protocol level. So you can just use like API calls using like a JavaScript or Python, that the very familiar languages. So that's just one example of how we reduce the barrier. But there are many other things that we can do. Just the key is to how can we make it just not so like unique about something that's unique about Web3 will become a kind of barrier for other developers coming. So that's something that we've been focused on.
All right, that's great. So now's about the time where we end the stream and we focus on the Discord and any questions the community has. So I appreciate everybody showing up today's chat. I wish you all the very best. If you want to join the conversation, still stay and talk with us. You can actually, this is a free event inside of the Discord on Tuesdays. You can actually stop what you're doing on YouTube, join the Cryptonairz Discord, and jump into this free chat that we're about to do off camera. So I appreciate each and every one of you for showing up, spending time. Much love. I will see you guys on next Tuesday. Friday's chat is private and only to members or people that subscribe there on YouTube. Aloha. Thank you.